of the economy benefit demand and supply side, says Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Rivers in Assam overflowing as a result of heavy downpour. Several areas go under flood waters. Recovery rate in corona cases records rise in country. In Assam, number of COVID affected persons 329. Assam Chief Minister talks to his Nagaland counterpart over phone, requests reopening of interstate border. Educational channel in Assam Gyan Vriksha to beam its signals from 27th of this month. Good evening viewers and welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Saraswati and now the news with the details. In national news first, Union's Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has stressed the need to make the country self-reliant. In an exclusive interview to Doordarshan News, Sitharaman said the country still has to import goods which will help produce both for the country itself and also for exports. The minister said the way the government has designed the package, it will give immediate help to all those who need additional capital in order to kickstart the economy. She said it will benefit both demand and the supply side. On the call of restarting the economy during the epidemic, Sitharaman said she has kept open all options with the reassurance that the government is ready to help. The minister reiterated that the economic package announced by the government will enhance the ease of doing business.
I will keep all my options open so that the next 10 months goes with a reassurance that the government is there ready to help.
Moving on to Northeast now, Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma on Friday informed the State Assembly that fencing works are going on along the 444-kilometer border that Meghalaya shares with Bangladesh. An area of 329 kilometers has already been fenced and works are on to cover another stretch of 46 kilometers. In a 12-kilometer stretch, fencing is not feasible and in another 60-kilometer stretch, there is no fencing. Sangma said objection from certain NGOs has stalled fencing works on a large tract along the border. The Chief Minister said during the question hour of the ongoing budget session of the House. Sangma pointed out that fencing has been erected from the zero line in certain pockets of the state. In Assam, hundreds of people have been affected in the first floods of the season following continuous rainfall and the release of dam waters. According to a bulletin issued by the Assam State Disaster Management Authority, ASDMA, on Friday evening, 630 people in two villages of the Kalgashia Revenue Circle in Barpeta district were affected. The rain following cyclone Amphan has aided the floods, but another reason is the release of water from the Karichu Dam in Bhutan. As a result of the rains, the Beki River water levels have risen and low-lying areas near the river have been affected. In Dhemaji, rising waters of the Jaidol River have inundated many areas in the district. Water levels of Ranganodi, Singora, Subansiri and Dikrom rivers have gone up following heavy rains in Lakhimpur district and neighboring Arunachal Pradesh. In Kamrup district, rising waters of the Puthimari River have flooded many areas in Hajo. Still in Assam, Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal today visited Janai in Dhemaji district and took stock of the COVID-19 preparedness. He also chaired a review meeting with the officials of Janai subdivision and Dhemaji district administration at Janai Circuit House. He issued instructions to the district administration to take preparatory measures for the floods and asked them to be ready for facing all challenges in the fight against COVID-19 during the time of floods. Appreciating the people of the state for maintaining COVID-19 protocols which helped the government in containing the pandemic so far. He also urged members of the Muslim community to curtail the festivities during the forthcoming Eid and perform namaz indoors so that the chain of infection can be broken. Tripura will get relief worth 4,802 crore rupees as its share from the package announced by the centre as relief to distressed people and different sectors of the economy. Briefing the media in Agartala on Friday evening, Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Dev said the state government suppliers, contractors and service providers will benefit from the package. Their bills will be cleared within a period of 45 days. Besides, the centre's decision to pay the Provident Fund contribution of employers and employees during the corona lockdown will also provide a major relief to the organized and unorganized sectors of the economy. Union Health and Family Welfare Ministry said a total of 51,784 people affected from coronavirus have cured and the recovery rate has reached to 41.39% in the country. During the last 24 hours, 3,250 people have recovered and 6,654 fresh cases of COVID-19 have been reported, taking the total number of cases to 1,25,101. The ministry said 137 deaths had been registered in last 24 hours, taking the nationwide toll to 3,720. The decision of nationwide lockdown has helped contain the spread of COVID-19 in the country. In a press briefing by Health Ministry, Dr. V.K. Paul, chairman of one of the empowered groups formed for handling COVID-related matters, said doubling rate of COVID-19 cases was 3.4 days when lockdown was started and it is now at 13.3 days. He said the lockdown proved gainful in terms of preparedness. On the other hand, corona cases continue to rise in the northeast. In Assam, the total number of COVID-19 cases rose to 329 as informed by Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma through a tweet today. On the other hand, in Manipur, a 26-year-old who returned from Chennai tested positive for COVID-19. The number of active cases now stands at 25 in the state. In Arunachal Pradesh, the number remains 1, in Meghalaya 14, in Mizoram 1 and in Tripura it has gone up to 175. Meanwhile, across the globe, the COVID-19 is affecting 206 countries and territories around and 2 international conveyances. Globally, the total cases stand at more than 53 lakh with 3,32,754 with more than 3,40,000 deaths. In another news from Assam, Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal today talked to his Nagaland counterpart nephew Rio over phone and requested him to reopen the interstate border adjoining Sibsagar and Saraideo districts, which were sealed by the Nagaland government in view of detection of a COVID-19 patient at Sonari recently. Chief Minister Sonowal urged the Nagaland CM to put in joint efforts to fight novel coronavirus pandemic. Responding to Sonowal's request, the Nagaland Chief Minister assured him to positively look into the matter and take necessary steps to reopen the border. In Nagaland, around 1,325 of stranded citizens returned to Dimapur in a special Shramik train from Chennai on Friday. The train was scheduled to arrive in the noon. However, it was delayed by 5 hours due to the cyclone Amphan. After completion of formalities, the returnees were ferried to quarantine centers in different districts of the state by Nagaland State Transport buses. In Assam, Gyan Briksha, a new education channel, will start beaming its signals from the 27th of this month. Announcing the launch of the channel at Sarva Siksha Abhiyan office, Kahalipara, Guwahati, Education Minister said the channel will be available at number 12 in cable network. The channel will air educational program for students of 1st to 12th standard. It will fill the void created as a result of COVID-19 pandemic in imparting education for the students. The Manipur government has decided to change the quarantine system for incoming stranded Manipuris from other states by trains after new COVID-19 positive cases were detected among the returnees. Addressing a press conference at Imphal on Friday, Chief Minister N. Biren Singh said that instead of sending the returnees to their respective districts from Jiribam railway station for a 14-day quarantine, now the returnees, especially from red zone areas, will be kept collectively at a particular quarantine center and COVID-19 testing will be done there. Union Health Minister Harshvardhan took charge as chairman of the 34th member World Health Organization Executive Board amid the outbreak of novel coronavirus across the world. WHO's executive board comprises of 34 members elected for 3 years terms. The chair of the executive board is elected by its members on being nominated by the regional committees of the 6 WHO regions by rotation. Addressing the 147th WHO executive board session as its chair, Vardhan said he will work to realize the collective vision of the organization to build the collective capacity of all the member nations. And finally, Sikkim government has decided to reopen schools for classes 9 to 12th and colleges from the 15th of June. All junior classes will remain suspended till further orders. State Education Department has listed guidelines to be followed while educational institutions are reopened. These include mandatory wearing of masks by teachers and students, social distancing, restrictions on all gatherings and conducting classes in shifts. All holidays have been curtailed and educational institutions will remain open on Saturdays to compensate for lost time. And to end the news, the headlines once again. Stimulus will boost all sectors of the economy, benefit demand and supply side, says Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Rivers in Assam overflowing as a result of heavy downpour. Several areas go under flood waters. Recovery rate in corona cases records rise in country. In Assam, number of COVID affected persons 329. Assam Chief Minister talks to his Nagaland counterpart over phone, requests reopening of interstate border. Educational channel in Assam Gyan Vriksha to beam its signals from 27th of this month. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.